In 1986, Honda created its own luxury brand, Acura. Just a few years later, Toyota and Nissan followed suit with their Lexus and Infiniti brands. Acura's first models were the Integra hatchbacks in both 2- and 4-door body styles, and the larger and more luxurious Legend sedan. The Integra name stayed with the Acura lineup up until the early 2000s when it was renamed the RSX. Here we are some 20 years later, and Acura revived the Integra, and it's coming our way in the first half of 2022. Well, here it is. At least, here's a prototype. Before we get into the sneak peek, do us a favor and hit like and subscribe below, and head over to edmunds.com/sellmycar to get a cash offer on your vehicle. We don't have a lot of specs or information on the 2023 Integra just yet, but we should have them and driving impressions in the upcoming months. Here's what we do know. Like previous Integras, this new one is based on the Honda Civic platform. Underneath the hood is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. For the first time in the model's history, it'll be turbocharged. It's the same engine that's in the new Honda Civic Si, and we expect power output to be similar, right around 200 horsepower. Also included is a limited slip differential to improve traction and a sport-tuned suspension for better handling. The standard transmission is a 6-speed manual. Unlike the Si though, Acura will offer an automatic option. All-wheel drive seems pretty unlikely though. At least on this prototype, we also have upgraded Brembo brakes to shorten stopping distances. Prices will start right around $30,000, which is about $3,000 more than the Civic Si. And it will only be available as a 4-door. Sorry, no coupe this time, but let's face it, most shoppers wouldn't buy the coupe anyway. So that's it for the specs and information we have. Let's take a walk around to get a better sense of its styling. The grille has been tweaked slightly, but it remains unmistakable for anything but an Acura. It's framed nicely by these wraparound headlights, and I'm becoming a fan of these chicane accent lights too. The hood is more pronounced, almost like a rear-drive car with its length and flatter pitch. It makes it seem visually bigger than past Integras with their sloping hoods. There are some really nice sharp creases in the hood that add some personality that's missing from the Civic Si. There are also some sharp creases on the body sides that help break up any monotony. Obviously, these splashy graphics do too, but I wonder if it'll make it to production or if it'll be an option. From a design perspective, the front and sides don't really get me too excited. At the same time, there's nothing I'm really critical about. It's nice, but it doesn't get the blood pumping. The back end, that's a different story. Come with me. I kind of love it. I see hints of the Infiniti G35 or Q60 in the proportions and the sculpting, and maybe a little hint of Hyundai Genesis Coupe in the taillights. And that's a good thing. I really like both of those. It really merges well with the hatchback roofline, and I think it's the best angle on the car. Now at this point, I usually hop in and give you a tour of the interior, but sadly, this prototype isn't yet ready for prime time, so we'll just have to be a bit more patient. On the surface, the Integra is a sportier looking Civic hatchback, maybe enough to justify the $3,000 premium over the Civic Si. I'm hoping its performance will increase over the Civic too, but we won't know for sure until Acura finally lets us drive it. There is a hint of a more powerful Type S in the works, and we're also rooting for the revival of an Integra Type R. One can hope, right? Keep checking back at edmunds.com for the latest Integra developments, and don't forget to hit subscribe to see when we do finally get some seat time. As always, thanks for watching.